Hey, Don here, obviously. This is one of my Optra helmets. Just had to show it. How cool is this? As you know, we're, what do you call it, eclectic? We're a multifaceted YouTube page. Some of these pages, most YouTube channels, it's pretty much one-dimensional. You see the whiteboard every time. It's the same guy doing the same stuff, same charts. Or all you're getting is teaching, or preaching. And I like to be as multifaceted as possible, which is why I'm trying to bring some other people in, trying to get some music in, just, keep it mixed up a little bit in a biblical fashion. This is Howie Hunter and his wife. And this is the missionary letter. And this is a part of it, this is a part of what we're all about as Bible-believing King James Baptists. And here's the sending church support address. You can see it right there. I suppose if you have any questions, you can call that number there. And here's their field address in the Philippine Islands. Here's his email. I guess if you want to, contact Howie Hunter and say, hey, I'm interested in maybe sending you something. And you don't have to have $50 a month to support someone. You understand that. You might just say, you know what, I don't have a lot, but I've got maybe $10 a month. Then I'd like to start out just kind of helping a missionary. And I'm just giving you this information. I mean, whatever you want to do. I've been familiar with the Hunters, Howie Hunter, for many a moons. I want to say 20 years, and he's always been solid. Nothing funny, no funny business. This is the August-September letter. When we arrived in the Philippines in 2000, okay, and I met him before that. He was on deputation. One of the things we went to do was to work with another missionary who shipped in containers of tracts, Bibles, and church materials. I realized very early in our work in the Philippines that there are many Baptist churches in the country. They all have the same need: solid Bible preaching and teaching. We endeavored to get out the needed evangelistic materials like tracts, the needed teaching materials like Sunday school and DVBS materials, and doctrinal materials such as theological books, lessons, and pamphlets. Early in 2001, the Lord placed us into the radio ministry. We endeavored to broadcast solid Bible teaching and preaching and music. See, music, that's good. And that would glorify the Lord Jesus Christ. God has done the work, and I have been honored to be a part of this work. I have driven through Manila and Cebu City, and the multitudes are seen running from place to place, trying to prosper, not knowing the greatest gain they may achieve is knowing the Lord Jesus in the full pardon of sin. I see our work as trying to evangelize the sinner, and in the churches encourage the saints. This medium of radio can and is a tool to reach many who will never hear a clear presentation of the gospel. These stations also will influence many of the churches and church members that tune into our signal. Thank you for making this possible and continuing to provide the wherewithal for us to do his work. The stations in Cebu and Manila are doing well. I will be working through the end of 2022 and the start of 2023 to raise the funds for the next radio station for Dao, Pampanga. I also plan on visiting as many of our supporting churches as possible while presenting the project of the next station to churches. August was busy with preaching in several churches in Luzon and also in Mindanao. I preach a lot with Brother Dax Bard. Brother Dax is the president of our foundation and one of the only true Filipino evangelists that I know. We had the honor of preaching together in San Simon Baptist Church near Cagayan de Oro, Mindanao, in a revival. The Lord seemed to move hearts, and the altars in our meetings have been used. How do I express my heart about seeing the Lord use the words I speak to help his people and to call the lost to his salvation? Words cannot express the joy and satisfaction of having the husbandman use this quote-unquote true grub hoe. After the revival, we went to Cleverina with missionary Greg Stedman. We planned 3 days of ministry. One day we walked through the community and the local college and passed out invitations and tracts to a Saturday evangelistic meeting. We saw over 20 professions of faith on Saturday. Then Sunday morning, we held another evangelistic meeting in the local barangay hall and saw several more professions of faith. The last 6 months have been very fruitful in the Lord's work. Brother Hunter, and he usually goes by Howard Hunter, but when I knew him back pre-2000, I knew him as Howie Hunter, so to this day I call him Howie. I just can't think of calling him anything other than Howie. So he's aged a little bit since, in 20 years, but he's the real deal. He's not a flake. He's busy. He's a hard worker. He's spiritually minded. He's not carnal. He's not out there trying to make money. He's not out there trying to use the saints. You know what I'm saying? You guys have heard all the stuff that goes on. He's not about that. He's the real deal. And I'm speaking from just 20 years of experience, just knowing him. So here's the information here. If the Lord moves your heart to want to support him, he's wanting to expand that radio ministry and such. Here it is. All right.